Das erinnert mich an hier die eine Sache mit dem Böller, ne?
Ah! Danke! Okay.
I would walk 500.
Nein, das ist das Falsche.
Close enough.
Ah.
Also, das ist ähnlich.
This baby don't hurt me.
Lass mich in Ruhe hier, Säcke, Alter.
Na gut.
Geil bekloppt. Ja, mit Ziegen. Ja.
Ich würde mal sagen, fang mal an, oder?
Umgekehrt wird schwer.
Wieso?
Darauf hupfen werde ich kaum können. Linken Säuler. Ach so, na, jetzt will ich schon mal da sitzen. Ich bin höher als die anderen. Hast du Ton?
Ich habe nur am Laptop Ton. Ich habe keine Ahnung, ich habe kein Audiokabel bekommen.
Kannst du ganz ein bisschen lauter machen trotzdem.
Ich habe nur Hintergrundmusik hinzugefügt. Da ist sonst nichts.
This is all about the bass von Megan Trey. Das solltest du machen, das Lied ist gut.
iPhone, yeah. Okay, so I want to thank everyone here in the room for visiting my panel here. And thanks. And today I want to bring you or show you Source Filmmaker a little bit, and how you actually start your own projects and how you actually start to use Source Filmmaker. So I'll actually, oh wait, I already have it up.
Smile.
So Source Filmmaker is, yeah. Source Filmmaker is actually based on the Team Fortress 2 engine, and which is again based on the Source engine. And Source Filmmaker is made by Valve. And so the first thing you actually see when you start Source Filmmaker up is this little interface here, where you can name your new project and create a new one. And you can make tiny settings like the frame rate here, like 16 frames per second for very smooth animations. And I will actually work with 24 frames here. But before I start here, I want to show a few other things to get this panel a little bit started, or else it would be a little bit boring. Let's actually start with, yeah. I think you already guessed by the name what it's going to be.
Spoiler! Spoiler alert.
And it's taking a little bit on my laptop here. It's not the strongest one.
Oh, weg.
And okay, so basically, this is the animation. It's lagging a little bit here because my laptop is not strong enough. But if I can show the final product here, as example, this here, and once it's rendered, it will look like this. I'm sorry I can't play the music here because of copyright reasons, but and so yeah, I'll actually show something behind the scenes here. As example, there's no real ground here. If you have that on this camera angle, you can't actually see anything besides a little bit of the road here in the back when you look closely. Here's like the ending of the road. and the trees, of course, that move backwards and stuff like that. But Source Filmmaker, in a nutshell, is not to complete your whole scene to be seen in another angle like this. So you don't have to work on the ground here, as example. Then the two lights up here. With this camera, yeah, it just looks like this, and the road actually loops here. So, and the two lights up here build the end of the scene, so you can't just see the back here. As you see, those two lights are just for reasons to not be able to see outside of this scene here. And the whole scene actually is, that's the whole thing. That's just the skybox and an empty map. So...
It's like a Truman Show.
What?
Die muss ich noch anschauen, aber den
And... yeah, so... let's actually... I thought about getting started with an idea out of the crowd here to make a poster. To just show it, just show how you begin and where the beginner problems are mostly. So, does anyone here have an idea of a poster?
Pinky in the sky.
With wings?
Easy.
A little bit. I don't know. Anyone having an idea here? I can make. I can try it, but it's. I mean, animating it is a little bit harder because 1 hour you can't do much here. But Derpy eating muffin. Okay, so
Derpy eating Derpy.
Muffin eating Derpy. How about that?
Muffin eating Derpy. Muffin eating Derpy.
I don't have the model. So the first thing, okay, this is actually not here because the first scene you'll actually see when you start a new project is this, and it just shows no map loaded. So you have to right click in here and choose load map to actually bring something up here. And I'm not sure if I have every map here on this hard drive. Let's actually see.
Neben die Dust.
Dust. But let's take this one. I hope Source Filmmaker doesn't crash now. And that's another thing. Source Filmmaker tends to crash a lot. So don't forget to save your things when you work on projects. And okay, the skybox is a little bit weird here. I don't think I can actually fix that. Okay. Yeah. Let's just ignore the skybox here and let's move, as example, here. And another thing, just because it's here now with the camera, I don't know if any one of you have seen Source Filmmaker posters already, or videos of radar beginners, because once you know it, you don't make this mistake anymore. Let's actually load a model up here. Oh, we say Derpy. So let's spawn Derpy here. And I have to create a camera. The next thing is, this is actually only a work camera. This is not a real camera right now. I mean, it has created a camera now for me because I spawned a model here. But you have two cameras. One's here, you see them right here. One's work camera. Wait, I can actually do one more thing here. Show full screen. You have the work camera. This is just this is really for flying around and as example moving the model and animating it. And the second camera here, when you click once on this, you'll see camera 1 is the real camera you will see in your final renders too. And you can also work with that, but it's harder and not recommended. So, another thing is, if you look here, I'm not sure if it's doing that. Yeah, you see, as example, when I go outside here, the model actually gets longer a little bit on the left side once I move out here. So here, you can see that. And that's because Source Filmmaker, or here, Source Filmmaker has a default setting for field of view. Field of view is easily explained with these two squares here. This tiny blue one here you can barely see. This one here. And the big one. This one here. And if you have to import the camera here, that's okay. Before I go to the camera here, this little plus button here on the left side is your main thing to spawn models, make new lights, make a new camera, and all stuff like this. And the first camera you see here, which it created for me by spawning a new model, is let me delete it again, and I have to hide it again. It's not here. The camera is just not present here. So what I have to do is click on the plus sign and go to create animation set for existing elements. It's a little bit hard to read here. And what you can do now is actually take the camera, which you can choose here, and you can import it. So now you can play around and work around with it. And if you see now, there's a little slider bar here for, where is it? Field of view here. And when you move it, you'll actually see nothing because you will see I was on the wrong tab here because you have this timeline down here too. In this window, you can do nothing. You can just view it like it will be rendered. So, as example, nothing's happening here right now, so nothing moves. But these two things here are your actual editing tabs. So, I'll show them a little bit later. And here's another one you can work with points here. Like this, you can, as example, you can do like this, and you can. So field of view. As you see, this will modify the. If I go to the other camera, this will modify the little square here. So, because many beginners actually confuse this with zoom. It's not a zoom. It's as it says, field of view. And when I make it a little bit like this here, you'll actually see the model is not going to get longer anymore because I modified the field of view. You have to play around a lot with it because you can get different results like this here. As you see, my camera is really far away now. It's actually, okay, not that far away, but the square here is tinier. So I'm gonna make this here. As you see, you can you can make it like this, and you can.
Why?
You can actually go inside of the mall.
No glamour.
So, and if you,
Why the long face?
so, as you see,
No half.
now the camera is really in front of the face, and the red square here is extremely big. So, yeah, you have to play around a lot with this, and you can get amazing results with just playing around with this one setting here. So let me set it up again, and like this. Okay, and because we made 2 points here, like this is our start point for the camera, and when we move here, you can actually see that we already have a little animation here. So a little camera animation. I mean, it's really slow here because it should work. So yeah, and you can also, of course, you can also do that with the model. I don't know. Let's spawn a muffin to actually animate her. Like this. Oh wait. There's a Source Filmmaker bug when you're in this interface and you move it. You see the muffin goes actually faster than the green point, which should not happen. And this is a Source Filmmaker bug, and it wasn't fixed for years now. I don't know why they do that. And this is the motion editor, and you can let's give her the muffin first. So example, oh god. Oh god, I've never worked on my laptop here with Source Filmmaker, so this is a little bit hard here. Let's just like this, and no, let's make it like this. So and you can, when you click on these models here on the left side, you can see that there are many options to modify the face, the mouth, the ears. No, the ears are there. You can edit the ears here. But as example, you can make her. It's hard to see, but she smiles a little bit here when you like this, and here she smiles a little bit. So you can even open the mouth. I'm not sure where it is here. Try open like this. Like here. Or if you combine, because there's a jaw close too, so you can combine those and make really funny faces with this, and like wait, let me. So you can't see that much here, so make her grin and all that. But let me actually do something here, because you can. It's I see it perfect on my laptop screen here, but on the Beamer it's a little bit hard to see. So let's. I hope. Oh! I'm on the wrong camera. Like this. So okay. Of course, everything looks a little bit blurry here, but bloom scale. Oh, okay. And you have all your facial animations here, and as example, you can make your wrong one. This one. You can give her really, really weird faces like this, and so yeah, it's or yeah. So let's actually go back here again. Yeah. You can copy cameras when you hold Steuerung, control, yeah. When you hold the control key down. So you can, as example, when I move the work camera here, like completely outside of the scene, and I want to see my model again, I go to the camera 1, press control, click again, and now I've copied the camera. So it's actually on the model, and I can work with it again. Okay, now let's go back to the muffin here. So, muffin eating. I have to open her mouth here again. Open mouth. And the next thing I can do is to actually here. You can go on you can go on any models and resize them so they're a little bit tinier. And you have to do that mostly on the root transform here. So there's a little option here for at scale control to transform. And now you can control the size of the muffin, like I can make it.
What?
You could actually make. You could actually make a winged muffin here, right? Like a
muffin cosplay.
Like what? Left one closed. This one. Like you can. A wing muffin.
A wing muffin with legs.
And okay, so there it is again. And now my scale is gone. Okay, I have to make it a little bit tinier because I think it's too big. And I'm not sure how she should bite it. Like this, okay. And the next thing you can actually do when you place your model like this, you can go here to, I'm not sure, root transform I think, and you can actually attach it to her head so it will move with it. And I'm not sure where this head bone is here. Head, okay. And what you have to do now is simply take the head joint here and move it on root transform from the muffin. So you see a little lock symbol here on the left side, and it should actually, once you click on this, once the lock is here, you have to click on it again and say playhead. What the playhead option does is actually locking all the movements from the head to the muffin. So if I move the head here, you can now see that the muffin goes with it. And I will just give you a little. You have. There's so much to explain here. This is insane. If you right click here, as example, this is just to move the head around here. When you right click here, you have a few other options like rotation mode. Rotation mode world is so it will rotate every bone. The last bone you've selected, for example here. Ja.
Ja, so kommen die zustande, sehr schön.
Ja. And
Soll er bitte so bitte macht sowas bitte macht das live nach mit dem Internet
just to show something like, I'm on the wrong camera here again. Like you can do stuff like this here if you choose the other one. Like again.
Ja, jetzt kommen wir zur richtigen Animation. Die sind gerade alles zerstört wird.
You can do literally everything you think of with this, and so yeah, that was actually the second option already. So I will go back to rotation mode world here, and it's what rotation world is doing is I'll just choose a few bones here. Doesn't matter what. It will always take the middle point and rotate them around it. Like.
Breakdance.
Okay. And the second rotation mode is actually it will take every bone here, and the rotation I do with this orange thing here goes just on this one joint here. So you see, yeah. So that's actually how these whole YouTube poops are made with Source Filmmaker. And so, okay, back to the muffin eating. But first, you see, because the wings are still opened and it's not looking right like this. You can actually right-click on this model here and say set body groups, and you have a few options here. Like right wing, you can say that it's closed, and you see the wing is gone and it's replaced with a closed one. And of course you can do the same thing with the left wing. And okay. Muffin eating, okay. I'm not sure. Let me have to get a better camera angle here. Okay. So let's actually rotate the head here a little bit. Head and neck. So she looks like this. It's just a little bit better than just a stand-up pose like here. You don't have to make big movements for your posters or animations. You just need to look a little bit that it's not the standard pose the whole time. So you can. Okay, I forgot what I want to do. Oh, the eyes. Okay. The next thing is actually the eyes here. So here's the view target, and this is just the eyes. So you can move them around here, as you see. And okay, it's down here. So the further you go away from the model, it will actually make the eyes go outside a little bit like this here. And the further you go in, you can make them completely gone here somehow. So disturbed eyes are really hard to animate because you never know what eye should look at you. So I think that this here is okay. I'm not sure. So let's because this looks kind of alright already. You see the whole scene is a little bit bright here. So you can go into camera here again and turn down tone map scale. So as you see, it will get darker. And what I do to actually make better looking posters is to turn down the map light to nearly default here or even lower. So it will just look like this. And create my own lights here, again with the plus sign, and create animation set for a new light. So as you see, the first light it spawns is really bright, and you can take the light and just move it into a scene here. So you can now animate with the light. And
We're just moving the lights now.
Hey, Derby entwickelt sich.
Okay, so the first light I always place is the ambient light. It's called. It's just a surrounding light, like the sun or any other lamp that's standing around here. And I have to move to my camera here. And as you see, there are always, when you select a model here on the left side, you always have these options here. And you can play around with them however you like. So I can turn down the intensity a little bit here, so it will get softer, like this. And down here I can also modify the colors a little bit. I can make her completely red, yeah, like this. And it's always good to have a little red light here, because it makes everything look a little bit warmer and just better for posters and animations. And the next thing I always place is you can also right click on this light here and copy it and insert it again. So now you have two lights to move. And the next thing I do is always place this light on the face, like. And with the mouse wheel, you can actually modify the field of view I explained earlier with the camera too. So I want to make a light on the face under the muffin, so like this here. And of course it will look creepy for now. So I can turn it down here. And when you double click, you can actually edit the numbers manually. So let's give it a 2.5 here. I think that's too low. It's actually gone. 2.5, yeah. And it's still too bright, so let's give it 2. Let's actually work with that. And another light on the muffin. So like this, you just need to zoom in, not zoom. You just have to move the field of view a little bit, so you just only light the muffin and not Derpy herself. Like, I'm not sure how it will look like, so a little bit like this, but this one is because when you do 2 lights, you can actually modify it easier later when you look at the whole poster, you can edit the whole thing a little bit easier. Because when you have 1 light here, you can only modify this, and there are models that reflect light. So when you do that, when you do 1 light, add 2 models, it can happen that one model is far too bright, and the other one, like the face here, is just like with this light absorbing material. And it's always good to light every single model with 1 light, if possible. You don't have to do that, of course, but it just looks better. So I think here's a little bit. The light should move to the side. And the next thing is you can actually edit the colors a little bit. So you can make the muffin red here as example again, or blue. And you can play around with this and make your poster look a little bit better. It's not necessary, but yeah, it's going to look a lot better. And as you see, you can barely see it here, but the light from the muffin actually reflects on Derpy here, and this should not happen. What you can do now is select the light on the left, and let's say max distance. I think it is. I'm not sure. Yeah, like this. You can. No, you can still not. I don't know what option this is here right now. It's always just playing around actually with the light till it looks good. But I don't think this is here. No, okay. Let's do it like this. Looks a lot better now because now you don't have this weird light source here on her neck. And what we can do now is go back to camera and add a little. Oh wait, we still have the animation here. I don't want that. So let's delete this point here and okay. So what we can do now is, because every real poster has a blurred background, we can now do that by left-clicking the camera here and say focal distance. What focal distance is doing is bringing up this little square here, and you can move it back and forth. So you can go to her face and set aperture a little bit high. So this is actually the blur setting here. This is just the focus point of the blur. So when you go here, you can wait. Let me make it a little bit better. Okay, so of course the background is not fitting here, so. But you can barely see it's blurred. My laptop needs a little bit to render this. And here everything is blurred now in the background, and just Derpy is on the focus point. And I can also show what happens when I move it like completely to the back.
Super.
Then this happens.
This is good.
This is how Derpy is.
Okay, so that's just a little tip here, because it looks a lot better when the background is just blurred and the focus is only on her. And the next thing I can actually do is move her ears a little bit here, so it will.
How do you do the movement
The movement with this orange thing here.
Yeah.
I forgot to explain that. Sorry. You can. The shortcuts for this are Q, W, E, and R. You can see that every of these.
Top row. The top row on the keyboard.
No.
It's not?
The Q, you can see it in the Klammern. I don't know the word.
On the brackets, yeah.
And you can quickly select it. Of course, you can also select it with the mouse here, but it's a lot easier to actually do this with the keyboard here. So
Fix Ulti.
this is just. I never used this tool, so I can't explain it. But you can't do anything. It's just for pointing at stuff and selecting it. Selecting you actually do again with the control key. So when you hold it down, you can select bones here, and then move to, let's say, this one here, and can just move it around here. I can also do that with the ear, by the way. So.
Bitte mach einfach irgendwas, oder so
Oder-
alles bewegen.
Like, nope. Oh. One last thing. Whoop. Okay. So, okay, we're by the ears here. So, yeah, you actually select the tool here with this 4 options. Actually 3, because this is just to view things. And you can then rotate it here. I'm not sure how it like this. And I'm just thinking what we could do here now. We could actually let me see if I have the mole here. Yeah, like little goggles here. I'm not sure if this. No, this is not loading up. Yeah, okay, I think that's the right one.
Wow.
And what you can do now is, let me close this here a little bit so it gets better. What you see here too is just to explain this quickly. You have little groups here. You can also make them yourself, but I will explain it on the default ones here. Light 1 is in this group here, and we want those 2 to be in here too, because it makes stuff a little bit easier to organize when you have big scenes and stuff like that. So you can actually just close it here and it's gone, and when you need it you press on the plus again. And the same goes for cameras. If you have multiple cameras, I don't think so you will, because it's really a pain to work with more than one camera. And yeah, you can make new groups by just holding down Control, selecting all the models you want, right-clicking and say Group Selecting Tags. Now you have a new group and you can name it whatever you want, like Derpy and Muffin with goggles.
So the muffin has goggles now.
Oh, the muffin gets the goggles.
Muffin with, okay. Let's ignore that. So there are pre-made props for ponies, like the goggles here, and it would be really painful to actually place them yourself on the model. So Source Filmmaker has a little help here, and you just have to open the goggles with all the bones in it, as you see here, and then go to the derpy model, and you see the same. If you go here, like head and head, you can then just move the head to this head, click here, and say play head. Nothing's moving here because only one bone got moved. So you have to do that on everyone here, on every bone on both models. So play head, it's still not doing it. Oh no, wait, sorry, I forgot. I forgot another thing. Let's go back again. You should, again, with head, you drop it here, and first you have to say default, not playhead. Playhead locks this into place. So you have to say default, and it will actually move already here. So playhead. And root transform. You do that with everything here now. But I think something derped up here a little. Because it should actually already be on her eyes. I'm not sure if it's going to fix itself now. Chest 2. No, I don't think. Something broke here, so. Not pelvis, I don't know. Nope. Okay, so. You should do that while the pony is actually in his or her standard pose, not while moving the head. So yeah, we can do goggles. We can delete them here again. So I don't know. Maybe I have. How long is this? Oh wait, the panel is going for a long time already. I completely forgot. So does anyone here have questions for now? Yes, it is free. You can actually search it on Steam, and you can download it from Steam, and it's just one button every week. Yeah.
And where do you get the pony models? I'm sure they're not shipped with that. Huh?
No, the pony models, they're third-party generators like Percy, as example. I know him, Percy Technician or somehow how he's called. And you can find them on DeviantArt. There's a group for that.
Okay.
sfm-ponies.deviantart.com.
Okay.
Or I also created a little website for this whole thing, and it's called ponysfm.com.
Okay.
I can't show it here because I have no internet connection, but there are most of the useful and well-made models on there. So,
Awesome.
and it's always it's getting updated fairly quickly. So, okay. Anyone having another question?
How long do you take to make a video, like a minute of video?
A minute of animation here.
Yeah, how long do you take?
It always depends on what the scene actually includes.
Yeah.
So if you have many models and many ponies running around, it can take up to 4 or 5 months to actually animate that. Like, I'm not sure how many of you do know Argo Demon here. You know what? Let me actually. Rendering always depends on your graphics card, actually, and I have a fairly strong one. So rendering, it also depends on the settings you make in Source Filmmaker here. Like when you right-click here, you can actually say render settings, and you see here samples to 56. And most of the time, this is already okay for YouTube animations because YouTube converts everything a little down, so it's okay-ish. And if you really want to make the whole rendering on the maximum setting here. It's going to take 1 minute. Is going to take in 1080p and 24 frames. It will take around 9 to 10 hours. Only 1 minute. So it's taking a long time. And Source Filmmaker is really resource heavy, so it's not that easy. And because I said our demon here, as example, he made this one here. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to play the music because I think it's copyrighted too. But yeah. So our demon, as example, worked. I think he worked 4 or 5 months on it. And as you see, it's 2:35 long video. There's not much like here. This is all done in Source Filmmaker. Just saying, there's no special effects here, like post editing. And yeah, this is going to take a long time to answer your question. So, as I said, it always. It really always depends on how many molds you have and what scene you actually use. How good and or how well trained you actually are already. So, and I think the last scene here actually comes up then, because that's impressive too. The last thing he did here is really impressive and funny too. It said I cannot play the music because it's just fitting so well. Here, a little action scene. I mean, I can. I'm not sure. I don't want to play it. Sorry. I can turn it up again when. Okay, now it's over. Okay, so.
Flache Hals.
So long as not the big movements, but the small ones.
The really detailed.
You notice the mane in the wind, for instance.
Yeah. I mean, you can actually animate wind in the hair. Like, let me quickly demonstrate it. It's of course not going to be somehow here, like with the hair bones here. And you also have a jitter option here, down here, like jittering. And you see, once I play this, the hair already moves. You have to customize it a little bit and make it longer and smoother. But this is actually the wind effect. That's not really animated, so it's system generated and only takes like 5-6 minutes to optimize. And it's just really the pony model itself to animate, the little details and all that. So this is the hard part. And any questions still? No? Okay, so as you see, I was not even closely able to show everything here from Source Filmmaker, but I tried to show a little beginning here, how to make stuff and how to do basic things. So, if you want to begin with the whole Source Filmmaker thing here, just look up tutorials on YouTube. There's actually a official YouTube channel from Source Filmmaker to show you the basics and give you little informations and tips about all that. So just search for Source Filmmaker tutorial and you'll find it. So yeah, I think we still have 2 minutes. So yeah.
Wird das irgendwo verfügbar sein, runterladen? Das, was du jetzt gemacht hast, dass man sich das selbst mal auseinanderpflückt?
Das hier?
Ja, genau.
Kann ich machen, ja?
Das wär
Ich kann es auf meine... Ich weiß nicht, wo ich es hochladen könnte, aber du kannst mir dein Skype geben, wenn du hast. Dann kann ich es dir schicken.
Steam,
okay. Ja. Du wirst mich finden.
Epic LPR.
Ja.
Okay.
Gibt es noch ein paar mehr noch?
Entschuldigung, falls ich da beleidigen muss oder stören muss, kann ich Sie auch im Websystem ändern und die weiteren Fragen oder was?
Ja, sicher. Hier.
Ich fotografiere das ab. Da. Weil ich bin interessiert in Source Filmmaker und ich will selber meine Sachen machen.
Und ich glaube, du warst vorher der gesagt hat, dass dein Source Filmmaker nicht funktioniert, oder?
Das weiß ich genau.
Ja, wie gesagt, mal 15 Minuten warten oder so. Ich musste das, ich habe deswegen diese Festplatte genommen, weil auf der anderen dauert es wirklich eine halbe Stunde fast.
Wie alt ist denn der Laptop hier?
Der ist 2 Jahre alt. Das Problem ist nur, ich habe 2 Grafikkarten und er kennt nur eine. Das war's für mich, aber...
Etwas ältere Grafikkarte, etwas ältere Laptop. Ich denke, das wird funktionieren.
Wenn ich kurz störe. Habe ich das so richtig geschrieben? Sind das die Adresse? Also
SFM-Brony SFM. Ohne S.
gut, weil ich wollte ich versuche mal, wollte auch mal mit anfangen, mich auch in dem Bereich ein bisschen zu wandern. Ponys Art?
Ja,
oder was?
.com. .com, warte, ich kann...
Gut, ich danke nochmal und man sieht ja vielleicht.
Ich kann noch mehr. Und SFM minus. Dementat.com, so. Ich glaube, dass das zweite jetzt fertig ist, so.
Ich danke. Ich danke und
Ja.
vielen Dank.
Servus. Danke. Okay.